Get hooked up with comedian Greg Warren for the Warren Report, and I see him right there. Hi, Greg. How are you?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Are you in a cool part of the United States right now?
The coolest, St. Louis, Missouri. Yeah.
That is a pretty cool place, yeah.
Chilly right now?
Real cool. It's extremely, yeah.
I'm a Cardinal fan. Look at me. I wear a Cardinal
sound like that.
hat and a Cardinal sweatshirt.
I don't sound like that at all, chick.
You sound exactly like that, you turd.
What is on your cap?
That's Fredbird.
It's not Fredbird. It's just maybe it is Fredbird.
Yeah, look at Fredbird.
It's a Cardinal.
That's just a Cardinal.
Say they call him the Redbird, so they came up with the mascot. We'll call him Fredbird. How about that?
That's not Fredbird, I don't think.
It isn't Fredbird. I was wrong. But it is a Redbird.
Tom, your thoughts on all this conversation?
Swing and a miss. Okay. What's on your mind, Greg?
Guys, I wanted to talk about the history of trampolines today.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm on board. All right.
I'm glad. I thought you would be.
I'm up and down about it, but go ahead.
Yeah.
Christy, you're not in? No?
Said I'm up and down about it.
She's up and down about it.
Oh, up and down? Yes. Sorry, I missed that. Very good. I love it. I can't follow that. So there were, in the early days, there were some sort of trampoline-like activities going on. The Inuits threw people in the air on stretched-out walrus skins.
Yeah, they did. How'd the walrus feel
now
about
that? Was the regular Inuits. The sicko Inuits threw walruses in the air on stretched-out humans.
You stayed away from them, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now, Josh, you had to know some really bad people just to be invited to that event.
I bet.
Gambling and things like that.
Cockfights, that kind of thing, yeah.
Yes, yeah, a lot like that, yeah. The main man behind the trampoline that, as we know it today, is George P. Nissen out of Cedar Rapids, Iowa, one of my favorite cities to play. When George was a kid, he was into tumbling, and they went to the circus, and he noticed when the trapeze artists would fall from the trapeze, they would land on a safety net, and they would gently bounce in the air. And George was thinking, what if they just were able to keep on bouncing? You know? So he was a smart kid. He graduated high school at 16.
Nerd.
And Pat, how old were you when you graduated high school?
16 or 17. A year early.
Okay, good. Wow.
Dork.
Bright kid. I was 22.
Idiot.
So he just started trying to make a trampoline. He took his bed apart a couple of times. His parents got mad, and then they were like, he's trying. And then he stretched canvas over it.
No,
and
eventually that's Step Brothers, the movie. Okay, I think it's confused.
You're right. Sorry, I get these things mixed up. Sorry, chick.
It's okay. Go ahead.
Thanks for pointing that out.
You're welcome.
He did wind up going to college. He was a three-time NCAA gymnastics champ. He was a stud, and he kept working on trampolines. He actually teamed up with his coach Larry Griswold.
Oh,
wow.
Larry.
Is this relative?
I doubt it.
I don't know. They said later, after they formed the business, he left the partnership for a solo career in acrobatics, diving, and entertainment.
Wow. All things Tom likes.
Yeah.
Yes, I think somewhere it says he built a radio empire and handed it over to his spoiled grandson.
Wow. If I had a grandson, I'd work on that.
So yeah, he kept working on these trampolines. They built one, and it was made of inner tubes from automobile tires and canvas stretched over something. And they built it. And during the summers, he and his gymnastics buddies, they would go to these YMCA summer camps and work. And they brought a trampoline to train. And the kids at the camp loved it. Like they didn't want to swim. They wanted to just do trampolining. So he was like, okay, I think maybe I could make money on this someday and sell these things. After college, they formed, him and his two buddies formed the Three Leonardos. It was an acrobatics group. They toured all over the country doing acrobat stuff. And then he went down to Mexico and became a cliff diver. Like those.
Sure.
for entertainment, where people would just watch him dive. You know. And do you know what the word for diving board in Spanish is?
No.
El trampoline.
Really?
Yes, and that's where he got the idea. That's he was like, when I build my thing, I'm gonna call it that. I like the sound of that. Some people, there's like circus lore out there that there was a French circus artiste named Du Trampolin. And that's not true. It came from George. It's not true. Just like the food processor, a lot of people think it was invented by this guy Marty Du Food Processor. And that's
Not true at all.
no, and just like Fred de la Lawn Sprinkler, it's not him.
These are all just legend. Yeah, lore.
Yeah, it's just urban legend type stuff. So he when he got done with cliff diving, he's like, I'm going to make a go of this trampoline thing. So he's like, start to sell trampolines. His first year, he sold a total of 10 trampolines. And this is one of my favorite things ever. His father said, well, you've saturated the market. When are you going to get a real job?
Oh, man.
Yeah. That sounds kind of familiar, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Greg, I went to the comedy club, and the main guy, the headliner guy or whatever, he got like 500 laughs. You got 2. I'm running the numbers on this deal, son. I just don't think you're cut out for it.
Now, in that guy's defense, the first year he sold 10, he sold them door to door.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that's
Hauling them around.
that is tough.
It takes a lot, man. Yeah.
Hitting your head in the living room ceiling.
Right.
Yeah, so he started to have a little success. He'd go like do trampoline shows at schools, and the PE teachers would buy them. And then World War II hit, and a lot of the materials was hard to get to make the trampolines. And he thought maybe we'd be out of the trampoline business forever, but the military liked his trampolines. Apparently, it really helps with pilot training, because when you're a pilot, you experience a lot of disorientation like you would on a trampoline. I would say if you want to train your pilots on disorientation, I'm not sure you need to buy a trampoline. There's a child's game called Pin the Tail on the Donkey. Blindfold, spin him around 6 times. He's disoriented. Or you could do a corporate gig in Maine and have nobody laugh for 45 straight minutes. You will be disoriented.
Yeah.
You won't know where you are. You won't know what you did with your life.
Is that recent that happened to you?
Very recent.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm usually really good at those things. I don't know
you
what
kill.
happened.
Your reputation
I don't
is
know what
stellar.
happened, Tom.
Well, hopefully the check wasn't like a trampoline.
Did
Yeah.
it bounce?
No. The check was good.
Yeah.
That's why I felt so bad about it. It was a really big check, and I just couldn't get them. I pulled all the tricks out, guys.
You did Norplant.
I did not do Norplant.
Sorry, that's very high and inside.
Yeah, that's an oldie. Yeah.
Norplant.
Norplant. What was it? How'd it go? It was,
It was a birth control device, right?
Right.
Yeah.
birth control device.
It had side effects.
Yeah, you'd gain like I can't remember.
You said that your
Josh
sister was
remembers.
taking Norplant,
Yeah, my sister said yeah.
birth control, and it caused her to gain weight and grow hair in places that normally doesn't have hair.
Very effective birth control.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Nobody's sleeping with my fat, hairy sister.
Okay, it's very unattractive.
I like that. I think I made it my cousin.
You should have done that one in Maine. Probably would have killed.
Might have, Tom. Nothing could have hurt at that point. So this is my favorite thing. He was pretty. George tried a lot of tricks to get people to buy trampolines. He got a kangaroo and took some photos of him and a kangaroo on a trampoline in Central Park. And you guys, if you Google it right now, chick, it's the photos went like worldwide. He was like, every newspaper picked this photo up, and Macy's called him and they're like, hey, we want to book your kangaroo act. And, he's like, I don't have a kangaroo act. It was just a picture. He's like, God, stop negotiating. We'll give you whatever you want, but we want to book your kangaroo act. We got a new store opening up.
Did the kangaroo, after he got off the trampoline, go, so what?
I was thinking the same thing. It's kind of a hat on a hat, isn't it? It's like, don't put the kangaroo on the trampoline. Like, just put him next to the trampoline.
Yeah.
He already bounces.
You want to sell trampolines? Get a hippo up there.
There you go. There you go. There's a lot of.
Could we pull away for a second? I forgot to ask you. New Year's Eve, you were in the big arena in Miami, right? Opening for Nate Bargatze?
Yeah, it was pretty cool, man.
How'd that go?
It was great. It was a lot of fun. It was a ton of people. Nate put us up at a really nice resort and first class all the way. I got to hang with Nate's dad. He was on the show.
He's a magician.
He's like a world-class magician. I didn't realize. Like he did like just a show for me in the back. He's really funny. You start to see where Nate got some of it. He's extremely funny and like a great. He was doing that sleight of hand stuff. It was amazing, man.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Cool.
Good show. But more importantly, let's get back to the trampoline.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of benefits. Apparently, it's a really good workout. It's as good as like jogging for 30 minutes or something. There's like, when I do these reports, I sort of like Google around to see stuff. And I saw something that said mental health benefits for trampolines. I was like, oh, this is interesting. And I clicked on it. It was a website for Rebounders Extreme Fun Center. Rebounders spelled with a Z. And there wasn't a lot of sound medical research in there. Basically trying to get you to give you like, no, they're good for you. Make you happy. Come, It's like they were taking some liberties, for non-doctors. They're like, no, it's very good for your mental health. Anybody with mental health problems. And I'm like, I'd like to get a bus and go to New York City and pull a bunch of paranoid schizophrenics off the train and send them down to Rebounders. Like, no, we didn't want these. No, you guys said it's good for all mental health. No, you guys said.
No, but it's one of those things. It's fun.
Well, sure. Yeah, it is fun.
November 21st, 63, you get Lee Oswald bouncing around on a tramp. He's going to forget to pick up the rifle.
Boy, that really brings it home for me.
Yeah, it
Thanks,
does.
John.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
See the connection.
Some pretty big time people were backyard jumpers.
Oh, is that what they call them? All right.
Yeah, Vice President Richard Nixon.
He was president too.
Yeah, and president. I guess at the time when he was jumping, he was a vice president.
Oh.
Can any of you Pat, Josh? Could you do an impression of Richard Nixon jumping on a trampoline?
Maybe Chick.
We.
I am not having fun. Henry, where's the whiskey?
Jump with me, Henry.
I am not a Capricorn.
Jump with me, Henry.
Come on, it's 200,000 people to be such a pussy, Henry.
Yul Brenner?
What?
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, a bunch of the Rockefellers. And this guy, I don't. Maybe you guys. Who is Earl Madman Muntz? Do you know who he is?
Oh, he's the mattress king of South Chicago.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, Earl Madman Muntz mattress. Madman Muntz mattresses. Yeah.
King Farouk was a big jumper too.
What was he king of?
Faruqa.
Farouk, I think.
Faruqa.
First thing he did was change the name of the country to his name.
Wow, that's what I'd do if I were king.
He's king.
The guy's got a lot of juice, man.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of juice.
Joshua. Yeah.
Hey, did you on New Year's Eve at midnight? Did you kiss anybody?
No. I was. We were eating desserts at some private.
I got
place.
excited. I thought you got to eat her. Is that what happened?
Wait,
Oh boy.
wait a minute.
I don't know how.
Skip the kissing altogether, huh?
Yeah, right to it.
Yeah, very
You guys
impersonal.
have a knack for making a lot of things dirty.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, thank you for noticing.
That's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
she said. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
So to wrap up our trampoline hunk,
that I've single-handedly derailed by asking you about some unexplainably insisting on asking you about your New Year's Eve show that was 15 days ago. Please tell us some more.
we haven't talked to him.
Let's wrap it up here with a couple. Let's go to the record book, Tom. George Nunez was able to jump 10.9 meters. That's 3 stories.
Whoa.
Jump three,
That's
three stories.
Okay.
Which, man, I hope he did it next to a 3-story building and there was some sort of meeting going on in the 3rd floor conference room.
what the?
Johnson, pay attention. Stop looking out the window. Boss, I swear to God, there's a man flying out there. Shut up, Johnson.
Johnson, I think you've been working too hard. You're cracking up.
Wait a minute, it's a kangaroo, for God's sake. Well, thank
Johnson,
you.
what'd you do on New Year's Eve?
Now, Greg, any interesting gigs coming up?
Yeah, I got another crack at a corporate gig this weekend.
Get back on that horse, baby.
You got
Get
this.
right back
Don't
on
be
the
afraid.
horse. Yeah, I'm working every week for the year, but I can't remember where.
Well, I've got you at the Kings Mill Resort in Williamsburg, Virginia, coming up on Saturday, January 27th.
I'll be there.
Then you've got a bunch of stops. You'll be in New Brunswick, New Jersey, the Looney Bin in Tulsa, Lexington's Comedy Off Broadway, Wednesday the
Tom?
14th of Feb through the 17th.
Tom, the Looney Bin. You don't think that's right that they do that, right?
Well, I think naming comedy clubs after mental illness is not all that funny. I mean,
I've always enjoyed that take of yours.
Hey, tonight at Schizo's. Manic depressive night.
It's really a facility. It's not a specific disease.
Okay. There we go. Then you'll be at the Funny Bone in Dayton, Ohio coming. You got a bunch of great stuff coming up with Greg Warren. Greg is terrific. Greg has a couple cool comedy specials out there, including The Salesman and Where the Field Corn Grows.
Yep.
Check those out online and enjoy some great comedy with Greg Warren. Thanks, Greg.
Hey, great to see you guys.
Happy New Year.
You too.
Bye,
See you,
Greg.
Happy New Year.
Greg.
Bye-bye.